A maelstrom of water and metal and wood and air sloshing in amongst the water.
Mental note to self, remember to put vipers in the eye holes.
She's never seen anything like this in her life. She's actually really terrified right now.
Gosh, they are
Look,
so nice.
We made friends.
Friends, yeah, look, we
got
got
I also
friendship
made
bracelets.
friends.
You see that shiver, like...
Go over there. Go make a bracelet with them.
Away and welcome to Tabletop Troupe. This is a very exciting day. It is the start of our very first campaign, the very first episode.
Hell yeah. We're doing it, man. Freaking doing it.
Finally happening.
My name is JC, and I shall be your humble master of dungeons, and these are our players.
Finance over here, as usual.
My name's Beth.
Hi, I'm Ati.
I'm JC. I'm Fran.
I'm Nina.
I'm Luan.
Face off.
Identity theft is not a joke.
Really? Who's the real JC?
Right. Without too much preamble, we will jump straight in.
Nice.
Istarra is a strange world. The night sky looks different than some worlds you may be used to, as it sits very far on the tip of a galaxy's point. So if you look out into the night sky, you actually see the monstrous, colossal entity that is the galaxy. You zoom in from there, Istarra has 3 moons. But that perhaps is not the strangest qualities of Istarra. Perhaps stranger still is the fact that it does not have a terrestrial core, like a molten core with mantle and layers of earth around it. It just has a floating ocean, encapsulating a sort of empty space beneath, a dark void that the common man doesn't really know much about, if anything at all. And it is exactly in these strange waters that we find ourselves today. The land masses of Istarra are therefore not continents connected to a central core, but kind of just floating islands. Some of them sit nicely within the water, so they have the tapered beaches as you would be used to, kind of just sliding into the water. Some others are completely submerged underwater. Some are off kilter and sit with a point into the water, another point sticking out up into the air. Some float completely above the water. Some are so large and their roots run so deep that the land masses stick out beneath the bottom of this layer of water to who knows what is beneath. And then you have a combination of any and all of these types of land masses. But we are not on land right now.
Oh no.
We are in these strange waters. A maelstrom of water and metal and wood and air sloshing in amongst the water and things cracking and slapping and being twisted and thrown all around. An entire big ship going snapping in half and splintering off. There are barrels full of strange powders going exploding for some reason. You three find yourselves amidst this chaos, trying to find a way out of this. 2 of you were fortunately on deck when all of this started happening. You, however, were sequestered somewhere hidden away in the middle of the ship. So,
Does anyone know where the exit is? Anybody point me to the exit? Like people just screaming and dying and on flames. Yes.
so I'm going to start with you, Fen. Would you, firstly, care to describe what you look like and what your state of being and mind is as this is all happening?
So Fen has got, he's kind of generally bit more of a sort of darker character. But his therapist has been advising him to sort of lean into a little bit more color and just to try and, brighten up a bit of his daily life. So he's got these like strapped leather pants with big, thick sort of boots at the bottom, and like a sleeveless vest over the top, over which is an open Hawaiian shirt, and he's got this really like torn up bucket hat on with some sunglasses. They're like slightly skew.
Can go.
Look, my therapist says it might just bring out a better side of me, So
Working out.
Does he listen to Sublime?
sometimes.
Ben, how do you get out of the situation?
So
is this Titanic shit up in here? It's
wake
flooding
up
with water, wood is splintering
okay.
all around you.
So I assume I'm in the cargo hold. I will try and clamber over floating boxes and cargo crates to get to the first available exit that I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's kind of these portholes in the side, though the ship didn't really have cannons, but there are the holes
Oh, sick. Okay.
fitted for them. There is
I'll
also
move towards that.
somehow these crates that the ship had been carrying, something that you might have some interest in as to why this specific cargo was loaded onto the ship. Though that's maybe not the first thing on your mind right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they are exploding, and so there are also these holes being blown in the ship, giving some more opportunity.
Can I make a passing Arcana check to be like, just to see if I have any idea what kind of materials might explode this way?
Yeah. I'd say it's more of just a nature check
A nature check.
in this case.
Not my strongest suit, but I will roll for it.
Our first roll.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
You knew that the ship was predominantly transporting a substance called numak from a place called Numaki. And the entire place is named after the substance because the rock underneath which it sits on is pretty much all this black, sharp escarpments and mountainside that is black, completely obsidian almost in
And
nature.
then that's refined into like
And that's refined into this
explosive
powder. But it wasn't, it's like you've never heard of that being explosive before. But that was the only thing on the ship.
So either it is that and something weird's happening with it, or it was supposed to be labeled as new muck but wasn't.
Who knows?
Okay, I clamber for my life.
There you go.
You're like,
Interesting. Curious.
Make, in this case, since you're clambering, make an athletics check.
Okay. Also not my strongest suit.
the last
So
time.
you're battling with water, you're battling with shards of wood flying your way, a bunch of things.
It's gonna be a 6.
Beautiful. No place.
You find a porthole and you start climbing out, and then there's just this crunch from behind you as the ship gets scrunched up by something on the other side. It goes like concertinas in on you and squeezes your back and kind of your hips. Let's see what will happen with you.
Die.
And we don't.
The most terrifying
Unfortunately,
words a DM
you're
can say.
You lose, you get 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you lose one of the items that's kind of either in your backpack gets ripped open a little bit or something in a pocket. You can choose what item it is, but something goes missing and it kind of trails off behind you. And
5 copper.
My bedroll, I guess.
sure.
I don't need to sleep, so I also don't need to breathe. So I'm just going to move through the water to the shortest possible route that I can to get to the porthole and try and clamber up on the side of the ship.
Okay. You come over the other side and you try and find, and you see now people who you haven't seen before because you just sequestered yourself away for the entire journey of the ship, and you heard some crazy stuff happening outside. You heard boxes explode and before this whole thing happened. But because you rolled a 6, you come over the side, and as you swim out, there's a whirlpool just swirling around, and there is actually a cannon from this ship, maybe from another ship, who knows, that comes and kind of does like a little barrel roll within the whirlpool and doesn't move quite as fast, and the whirlpool takes you, you're out.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice to
It was
have you
fun
in the
playing
game.
with
Cool.
Brent, yeah.
Yes, man.
Had a blast.
The exit is that way.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Dust. Would you describe yourself and how you react to the situation?
Sure. Dust is a half-orc female, relatively bulky, kind of strong-ish looking in physique, relatively tall, 6 feet or so, just over 6 feet, pale blue skin, piercing yellow eyes, covered in scars and tattoos, lots of leathers and furs, a woman of the wild, I would say. She is full-blown panicking in this moment. Are we underwater right now?
So you guys were on deck when this all happened.
Okay.
But everything is pretty much underwater.
Okay.
Though it's this kind of flurry of water and air mixed in, but it's mostly water.
Okay. Okay.
So you are also, luckily Fen doesn't have to breathe, but the rest of you who do need to breathe need to do so as well. Or holding your breath essentially now.
Yeah. Really struggling. Not the strongest swimmer. Also, should be noted. Never really got a chance to dip into icy waters as a kid, so I'm kind of just like flailing, trying to see above me if there's anywhere to go. Basically just looking for like a pocket of air that I can find to breathe.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay, yes, if I can go.
Perception.
Perception. 18?
18.
What do your orc eyes see?
There is floating kind of above you, also kind of spinning in its own little whirlpool, there is a barrel that seems to have broken open, and Numark is kind of pouring out and getting wet, but if you maybe were to pop your head in there, there'd be some air you can kind of like and get another breath.
Okay, amazing. I'm gonna try and make for that barrel and just kind of get myself into it to try and breathe.
As you swim up, make a dexterity
It
check.
explodes.
Breathe in the powder, just like. What did you say?
Dexterity check.
Just get insanely high.
Roll the 2.
You swim up in this panic to get the air. You pop right into the hole of the barrel, and then realize you're stuck.
Oh no.
The barrel.
Great start, guys. Great start.
like the cats jump into the thing and just the legs sticking out.
Doing super well, but I can breathe for now.
You can breathe for now, but now the barrel is being flurried about.
Awesome.
Little legs kicking.
Yeah, just little old legs.
However, in due time, as this whole event carries on for quite some time, water starts to fill the barrel, and you eventually lose your breath,
You like a strength check and fucking break it.
and you're out.
Not enough time.
Siegfried, what do you
Yes?
look like, and how do you respond?
Well, I actually think last time I jumped in the water and I was not on deck, if I remember correctly. But I am a 8 foot tall war golem, about 5 feet wide at the shoulders, slimming down like a cartoon kid like Johnny Bravo. I've got mostly brass and some bluish tint, massive pauldrons, massive hands, thin arms
Skip leg day.
skip leg day. Underneath all the armor, you can see there's a little bit of like wooden, like ironwood material, so it's not all metal. He also has like this red loincloth. And he's got a tool belt with like various like tool kits, and like a small little backpack, but kind of like built into his back. He wears these goggles on his head that he doesn't need, but it's a gift. It looks kind of cool. He thinks it looks cool.
Yeah.
Does he like have like emergency? You know, when you're like a
floaties.
kid, like
So you're sick, right?
Well, it's not canon yet. CM.
Straight into the dark ether at the center of the earth.
Little water wings. Yes, that's part of his design.
I'm imagining like I see Frankie from One Piece. But do you also have like those little hands that come out?
I have
He
little
does.
hands.
It's horrible.
Yeah, the little tiny hands that come out because he's got 4 digits, but they're like massive. His forearms are about the size of a dwarf. It's like
Okay, well,
barrels.
Like a creepy Inspector
God.
Gadget.
It's like, and he just does this like Y thing. But like Goofy, he doesn't. It's like Iron Giant, kind of like that kind of face, just like big eyes all the time.
Well-natured.
And obligatory steampunk goggles.
He does weigh about approximately 500 to 1,000 pounds and is in water and mostly made of metal. Luckily, he too does not need to breathe. But yeah, this is not
And
a
you
good situation.
voluntarily jumped into the water?
I was trying to save someone. Bumpy. I was trying to save Bumpy.
Oh. I kept hearing this name being shouted around while I was down in the cargo deck. He gets a lot of shit.
But I assume I'm.
What are you trying to do in this moment of time?
Well, what do I see around me except water and?
It's just a flurry of stuff. You see some people being whipped around, most of them unconscious.
Hello, Fred.
The crew, of course, had been unconscious previously due to what they had eaten. What is your goal? To save yourself? To swim somewhere?
I would. Siegfried would always try to save other people before he would save himself. Is there anyone close by? Do I see Dust or
Legs.
Bumpy or anyone that you can try and help?
Make a perception check.
Yeah.
You go in danger analysis mode.
Or that would go overboard if you try to do that now. Looks very vet. That is a 3.
Oh my God.
These starting rolls, hey.
Let's get them out now.
Yeah, Palo Santo down that table.
Your weight, Siegfried, in this tumult, you just go down straight to the bottom of the maelstrom. Not knocked out necessarily, but you're just quickly carried away from everything else.
I'm the one that knocks. I'm the danger. Mental note to self: remember to put vipers in the eye holes.
So you get pulled down very far. There, temporarily, everything is also like almost pitch black, except for the occasional explosions that light up little pockets within here. The maw of the beast, whatever this thing is that had swallowed you, is closed now. So last bits of water is dripping through, and the last bits of light from up top is closing. You are in the deep dark. Of
All
the
I will
maw.
say is, as I go around and around, I'll be like, "Is everybody okay?"
This is all happening, and a little whiles later, but not too much later, because the beast moves at an incredible speed. Korthas, you and your party, who had been traveling not by a ship, but via
Hippocampi.
aquatic steed, hippocampi. You were also swallowed by the very same beast, and you now find yourself in the same position. How do you react to the situation? Or what do you look like, and how do you react?
So I'm Korthas. He's a Triton. He's from the Society of Terropolis, a Triton city. So they kind of have like feudal noble structures, and he's agent of the one house. So he's dressed fancy, like he's got fancy clothes, like a nice purple kind of jacket and like arm length, scaly, like mail, like
Scale mail.
Yeah, scale mail, like fish scale mail.
Gucci Aquaman.
Yeah, exactly. And he loves like he's got like golden like earrings and some piercings.
Accessorized.
He's accessorized, and he's got a dark green long beard and hair that's tied in a braid. Bare feet. Always have to have his little wavy toes. And yeah, he's.
What is he
Well,
doing?
he's got a blue skin and like pointy Triton ears. Yeah.
What is he doing right now?
So I think I remember. I can't remember if I was like if I had someone else or someone else on the hippocampus
I
with
think
me.
it was me because
Yeah,
I think
you were
she's too little to
You were
hold on.
strapped in a little
Yeah.
backpack.
In a backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember
I
this.
think. Yeah, I think.
Super cute.
Like I'm not sure how if he's got like reins or something,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, they
He's-
have reins.
yeah, he'll basically just like try and soothe the hippocampus, like give like soothing words, even though internally he's like freaking out, and just hold on tight and try and steer. Like I mean, he underwater, he's at home underwater, so he'll try and navigate the currents and keep everyone as safe as possible. Like
Sure. Go ahead and roll animal handling check then in that case.
animal handling.
Handle that animal.
Handle the animal, -1.
Ooh.
8.
It's not bad, but it's not good enough. As riding a creature in this kind of tumultuous torrent is nigh impossible. And because the beast is also freaking out and you failing to calm it, it and it's just like it causes more of it just causes more of a kind of, what do you call it, a gyroscopic spin happening, because it's also like flapping to try and get out of this thing, but that just causes more problems than anything else.
Can we just establish what does a hippocampus look like?
Sure.
Is it like half dolphin, half horse?
It's
the other way around?
It's horse front, and then it's got like a fish tail.
Okay.
You get
Do
different
you think it would
breeds.
sound like a horse or like a dolphin?
I tried to do an approximation in between those two.
I'm just imagining a horse face going.
Did you
am I?
I'm confused.
did you name it Land Biscuit?
Land biscuit.
Land scone.
Yeah, no, it's land cookie.
Land cookie.
Sometimes they also have the kind of like sea horsey twirl
Yeah,
to the
I
end.
think that's the one that I saw. Like,
So,
It's like on those old school like maps you'd see like
yeah, they're drawn on the side of the map. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have like front legs like horses, but they'd be webbed as well. And it's a very fishy horse-like creature.
Merhorse.
All right, thank you.
Cool. So the two of you go spinning out of control along with this creature, and you get carried down to where this ship business is happening, and another piece of mast of the ship breaks off and goes and slaps the two of you with the two of you on the hippocampus, and you just go flying, but two of you are out as well.
You didn't even get a chance to describe yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Too bad.
no.
I chose the
You're
wrong
just a
one.
backpack with two
Strapped
little arms.
onto.
With two little arms. and legs.
in that moment, though, with the impact, your backpack goes flying off, and Lily goes tumbling off on her own.
Okay.
So, first of all, you choose an item that you lose.
No.
Lily's the item.
I lose Lily. My backpack.
And you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yikes.
Yeah, right.
Lily, as you
My dragon chess set, just see the pieces go. It's the last thing in the ocean. Just
Aw.
We'll get a new set.
Lily, as you go spinning now, still kind of packed into this little backpack, do you care to describe yourself and how you react to the situation?
Sure. Lily is a 2-foot otter folk. So she looks exactly like an otter with brown fur. She has white markings coming down by her mouth onto her tummy. Really big blue eyes, really cute. And she has a little like lilac robe on with a little hood, and she has a white dress on underneath, and on top she has some leather armor that looks like fish scales that she has hand painted like different shades of blues and pinks, just kind of like in an ombre effect. And then she also just has like things just kind of tied to her, little pouches with just herbs sticking out of it, and like bundles of plants tied to her. She normally also has a backpack that's kind of as big as her, maybe bigger than her, that's just like packed with stuff, and just has like woven baskets with ginger and other things just sticking out. And there's just like ribbons trailing off of her. And in this situation, she's freaking out,
You know, I think she would have probably also tried to like calm the horse, but if she's tied on the back, she can't really get to it. So she would have just been going like, "Oh, everybody, calm down, it's okay," and then just getting knocked out. And now her little limp body is just kind of floating through. But luckily, she's an otter folk, so breathing is okay, and she does feel at home in the water. So she's not terrified.
Yeah.
She's just kind of freaked out about the chaos of all the movement and other people getting freaked out around her. That's really what is worrying her a bit more.
Right. So both of you can breathe underwater, but you are
Yeah.
in fact
Lucky.
Limp little.
unconscious right now.
Yeah.
Limp bodies, which in a way does help you, because as like things come past in this torrent, they kind of naturally avoid each other through the water currents if you're not kind of interfering by swimming. So you don't take any further damage going around in this whirlpool. Yeah.
Did she take the 6 bludgeoning
No,
as
that
well?
was just
Okay.
Porthos. He kind of took the brunt of it.
Okay, nice. Thanks.
Okay. Very shortly behind you, also on a hippocampus, is John Flair. The Mind Flayer Slayer.
Yeah. So John Flair, the Mind Flayer Slayer. That second part is not true, but it someone said it once and it caught on. I don't know.
He said
I'm
it.
I'm actualizing.
It's been long to just catch on.
I'm actualizing. I'm trying to manifest. One day I will slay the Mind Flayer. Anyway, so he's half elf bard. He's got like a red coat with golden engravings, or not engravings, inlays. What do you call it?
Filigree.
Yeah.
Decals?
He's got one elf ear, one human ear. He's got wafty brown hair. He's got green eyes, pale skin. He's kind of skinny dude, but he looks like he goes thrifting too much. You know, like he's got all these little trinkets and little things. He's got like a silver coin that he is constantly like running through his fingers. But it's not actually silver. It's like a wooden coin that he painted silver because he doesn't want to take the chance of losing an actual silver piece.
Which is definitely what would happen in this situation.
In this situation, yeah, that's the item he loses. No. And
my silver.
at this stage, him like going, because he was traveling with Azza, which was his kind of bodyguard, travel companion. He comes from a circus family, traveling circus vibe, and he decided he wanted to travel the world. And his mom was like, "You can't travel the world, and you're too stupid. you need some protection." So they sent Azza with, and she was with us on this thing. But so I guess at this point in time, I'm looking for her, and I'm like thinking to myself, "Azza, I need you to do the thing, which is save me
Protect my body.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Yay! I get to roll. 11 plus 3, so 14.
14. Yeah, you look around, and I mean, there's so much going on, and there isn't much light. Like I said, there's just these little pockets of explosions causing light here and there. But you're pretty sure she's not in your vicinity. She's not here to save you this time.
Okay, so I see. What do I see? Like, what do if I don't see her? What do I actually see?
You just see the same thing everyone else has been
But
seeing.
I guess
ships
it's also
exploding.
like half elf, half human. I don't have like ocean eyes. I can't really see clearly under the ocean. I'm just seeing like blurry shapes and are there still like things exploding in the water? Or?
The explosions have died down a little bit, but there is still the occasional.
What color is that?
It's like a strange mix of orangey white, as like a bright explosion would be, but then there's this kind of purple afterglow.
Okay. So I'm still on the hippocampus.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like grip it with my -1 strength, and I'm gonna try and animal handle it. Like, let's get the hell out of here.
Handle that animal.
Make an animal handling check, but in this case with disadvantage because you've never ridden one of these things, except for the time now and in this environment.
Right. Okay. Hey man, I was in the circus. Okay,
Huge
that's
ship with animals.
6. And a natural 20.
hurts,
3,
don't
so
it?
9.
But you would have rolled the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
For a while, you actually get a bit of a grip on it, and you manage to duck.
Yeah, I think I got this. I'll survive this.
Donk.
You duck in and around between these things, and then there's this guy who, like, all of a sudden you see a walrus appear in front of you, but it's it's a it's a walrus man.
Oh, hey.
So a walrus humanoid creature that is also just lifeless, unconscious,
The Eggman.
floating around, and you get
the Eggman.
you get like a massive fright as this thing turns around, and all of a sudden there's just this tusk creature in your face, and you go, "Ah!" and all of your air goes, and you
it,
drown, and you're out.
I drown and I'm out. I'm dead.
You two, the only two ones that need to breathe air.
Yep, I think we are.
Plebs.
Losers. You're like alive.
I need to. Only 2 air breathers. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Mouth breathers, yeah.
So 1473.
All right. So, darkness takes you all, and you all become conscious once more after a while, though not underwater or in some underwater cavity, in a tavern.
What?
Music playing, delightful atmosphere. It's nothing special, no out of the ordinary tavern, just a run-of-the-mill, medium town, small city tavern. There's a little bit of a fire in the hearth. There are patrons at every table. It's a raucous night. It's probably a weekend, and you're all there, sitting there. Though I will say, Siegfried, you are just there as a figment, because you're not able to dream. So Siegfried right now in reality is somewhere else, though there is just an appearance of him here. But the rest of you are in the space, and you are sitting, drinking some ale or some wine, or generally just cheering on, playing some dice, having a good time. And up on the stage is John Flair.
Hey.
Playing little ditties, playing little songs of his travels and his encounters. And it's a delightful evening. Everyone's cheering and singing along, and he's just about to launch into one of the new songs he's written about recent adventures.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh wow.
Hey.
Woo!
I kind of wish I was there now.
Guitar. Who's got a lighter?
Okay, so John Player's on stage and he's like,
Oh no.
Oh shit, it's been underwater too long.
I cast produce flame.
he's like, this is a little song I wrote about 2 ladies that I met in a pub that turned out to be a haunted house. It wasn't actually a pub, and they weren't ladies, they were ghosts. So, and it goes like this. Say, lady to backseat, starting at the beginning. I wanna know who you are. Yeah, I wanna know who you are. I said Walter Ganassi, starting at the beginning. I wanna know who you are. Yeah, I wanna know who you are. I think tonight I made a big mistake. Oh, when I saw you it was way too late. And I'm feeling lighter than a featherweight. When you turn into a ghost, I don't think she likes me. Why don't you go cry about it? I don't wanna know who you are. I don't wanna know who you are. I said it's too bad. Why don't you go cry about it? I don't wanna know who you are. I don't wanna know who you are.
Yeah! I hear that, brother.
Yeah.
Go on, brother.
Thank you, please. Hat's right there. Money in the hat. Money in the hat.
You continue playing into the song, into the second verse of it, and into the second chorus, and people now, catch on the tune, and they all go, wow, wow, why don't you cry about it? And it quickly becomes, like a fan favorite, and everyone knows the lyrics. As you're playing, John, and the rest of you here now, you're fully experiencing this, but it's like a dream, where you're not really fully lucid. This is kind of just more happening to you, as opposed to making choices actively in this moment. John, as you're playing the song, in about like the third round of the chorus, you're really milking this now.
Well, too bad.
Because people just want the chorus, and then every time so you just keep repeating that a couple of
Like
times.
a different song with this chorus.
Wow.
And
As soon as I see I lose them,
Yeah, like
back to part of the joke.
And then something throws you off a little bit. At the back of the tavern, there's a door that leads to an alleyway, still inside the tavern. And the alleyway itself is dark, but there's lights from within the tavern, various kind of lanterns and stuff lit that throws this warm glow through the doorway onto the hallway. And there you see standing a shadowy figure. And all of a sudden there's this kind of Hitchcock zoom as your focus tunnels in on that guy standing there, and you're still just kind of playing. Exactly.
That's how I'm imagining it as well.
Yeah.
Like, somewhere like a little organ grinder.
The figure is nondescript. It's just a silhouette, an outline of, seems like a male figure. A man with a cloak, it would appear, and a wide brim hat, just standing in the doorway. And even though you can't see his eyes, you can't make out his features, he's looking at you.
It's like everything, all other sounds in the room to dull down, the high frequencies get lower. And it's just zoning in on this guy.
Low pass filter.
Can I do an insight check on him?
In this moment, yeah, go ahead, make an inside check.
Okay. That's right, these dice.
It's not a good
Any better?
noise.
Guys, what's happening?
No.
Insight
It
would
was
be...
a natural 20. It was a disadvantage 20.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
It's false hope.
yeah. A rare moment, a natural 20
8.
gets a
Yeah.
8. You don't know who this is, you don't know what they want. You just know that
I want that hat.
maybe,
That's what...
maybe it's a cool hat. It's a
Pretty
very,
fucking
I
cool.
don't know what they want, but I know what I want.
it's a like an extremely wide brim hat.
Yeah.
You don't really see much of those around. It's not like a common fashion or something you've ever even seen.
Scary trend.
But you know one thing for sure: this man gives you
The creeps.
the creeps, more than the creeps. You feel fear in your body, in your soul, unlike
Okay.
you have never felt before. And it feels like he is enjoying that fear.
Oh.
It's a music
Feeding
critic.
off it.
It's a music critic.
Shit.
It's a producer.
The journalist for Rolling Stone magazine.
Mediocre.
What have I done? That song.
So you're focused in on this. The rest of you are kind of enjoying yourself, having drinks. What happens to you is John's still playing, and then all of a sudden his fingers start melting on the fretboard. And it starts kind of sliding across the strings, and then as it slides, it cuts into the fingers, and they start melting all across the fretboard and onto the floor. How do you all react sitting in the crowd?
I'm confusedly like looking around, like, was I snorting Numac this whole time? Like, what's going on?
So your fingers are melting all over the fretboard. You're still singing, and then you sort of come back a little bit yourself and try and regain your performance.
Nice in my fingers.
And then your teeth start
No.
cracking and just crumbling in your mouth.
I look for a gold coin.
I got blisters on my fingers.
He's gonna need dental.
Yeah, he's gonna need it.
By the way, John has this cool thing, like sometimes while he's playing music, it actually conjures like, well, especially now in this dream or whatever is happening, it conjures an image of what he's singing about. So you guys saw the tabaxi, you saw, you saw the whole story kind of unfolding in front of yourself in this little
Weird.
like ethereal pocket. But now, as he starts failing his performance, that image turns to the image of a colorful group of people traveling in caravans across the desert. And they look up, and the view kind of pans up, and they are traveling towards what is just this thick cloud of black spores, just like drifting around. And you can see the whole desert kind of tapers into a thinner landmass and going on towards somewhere else. But that entire landmass there is covered with this black spore-like cloud. Shazari.
Is it Shazari?
To you.
Yeah.
And so that freaks you out as well, John, seeing this. It's like, no, that's not what I'm thinking about. That's not what I'm trying to conjure.
Not thinking about this, not thinking about this. But it's my family, right?
Yeah, it is your family. So how this image strikes you and really plays on your emotions, and it's out there in the crowd. How do you react to that?
I want to make an insight check on myself to see if I'm dreaming.
All right.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you can try. I'll say it's going to be a very high DC.
Okay.
Slap yourself with your melty hands.
Yeah. This is like, okay, no.
I think Luther
Like
kind
11,
of holds it together. He's like,
13.
I don't know, is this part of his performance? But once he like starts slapping himself with like his messed up fingers, it's like, no.
Some random gnome sitting next to you, like, very avant-garde, isn't it?
About to say.
I just
Melty
wish that he'd
fingers.
go back to the Wah-Wah party. That was such a fun thing.
It's just so good. Like, why deviate?
Damn it, everyone always wants the cry part. But they don't want the cry songs.
They don't want to see the man who cries behind the cry. So, John, you get the sense that this is weird, it's unusual, but you don't realize it's a dream, even though you're kind of slapping yourself.
And is the man still there, the brim hat guy?
He has, now that you look up again, you kind of got focused on other stuff, he's disappeared.
Okay.
But you're now fixated on the image of the caravan, and you almost now mindlessly compelled towards it.
Okay.
And then you drop your lute or whatever instrument it is you were playing on, and you kind of stumble down, you fall off the stage almost, and you stumble and you drop onto your knees in front of this visage of the caravan, heading towards seemingly inevitable doom. And you start to kind of, spores
Oh my god.
drip off out of this vision, and you inhale them, and then you start to choke.
Do we see this as well?
Oh my god.
You see this, but right now you're all still sort of, you can react in certain ways, but you're still sort of in a dream where you're just observing this. Lily.
Yeah,
at
Lily's
this
going to be
point in time.
freaking out. Already in the beginning with the fingers melting, she would have been freaking out and making her way to try and get to him to like help and getting out her healer's kit and like bringing out bandages for the fingers. And now with this, she's like, yeah, she just really needs to help him. She's freaked.
Yeah, I think Kortha's also like when he sees Lily go off, and he know that she's a healer, but yeah, and he also is like has some healing powers. He'd like also be like, oh shit, back up, let's go,
Need help.
and run closer.
All right. So at this moment, you're also still a little bit of in the stasis of this dream, like, but you start to awaken a little bit. But Lily's definitely the first responder here.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do to try and help him?
I think she would put her little paws over his eyes so that he stops looking at the vision, and then like try and lie him down and on his side so that he's not gonna
What are you doing?
choke. Like to try
his
and get
tongue
him
out of
down
his
so
mouth.
she can do some like cure wounds on him.
Do you have tequila? Give me a tequila.
I never drink water.
There,
Wil je mij dan vergiftig?
there's the moment where you turn him over, and as you turn him over, his clothing is all the same, but his face, you turn him over, is the furry face of an old otterfolk man. And he said,
Lily, help me. Why can't you help me, Lily?
God, she's gonna be screaming. This is fucked up. She's never seen anything like this in her life. Like, she's actually really terrified right now. And she's just shaking him, going like, how can I help you? And she just starts pulling out everything out of her bag, like emptying her sack, just trying to cure wounds,
You're just
lesser
like,
restoration, just pumping all her spells and getting all her potions.
you put all your potion bottles are spilling out, but your spells, magic isn't there. It's not working. That connection to wherever it comes from is gone. Oh no. And in this moment, Kortas starts walking over. You get out of your seat and you walk over. And now all the other patrons in the bar, and you're still watching this Fen and Dust and the semblance of Siegfried that is there.
I'm just locked in like terror, but I can't look away.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
got like a bowl of peanuts.
Yeah, I'm just like.
But all the other patrons start getting up and turns toward Lily and John, and they look at her now and say, Lily, why can't you help us, Lily? Why can't you help us, Lily? Why can't you help us? Why can't you? And they start stumbling over to you like zombies, and as they get close to you, and Korthus, you're trying to also push your way through this crowd to get to Lily and John, the figures, as they get to that central point where the two of you are, they fall and collapse and burst into liquid. And it becomes this sloshy pool of melted people.
Got very Cronenberg very quickly.
Yeah, really good.
But it turns into water. It's not just like melted flesh.
Okay.
Like, whoa, man.
Not that bad.
That's really dark.
But still, all of this sloshes over you, and
Yeah.
the water covers the entire tavern, and all of you sitting inside are, once again, covered and submerged, and everything goes black once more. We'll take this moment to quickly cut over to Siegfried. You are unable to dream, so you're not part of this whole collective hallucination that the rest of the group are having. You hit some kind of bottom.
Ow.
And you look out, and it is completely pitch dark in some chamber you are. Can you smell?
I can smell.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Cruel joke. It's a cruel joke.
Yeah. I can smell, can't taste.
It just smells like very stanky fish. Just the most like bokkums, like really.
It smells a bit fishy, like the harbor. And
Bokkum breath.
Hilda took me. Is it still wet? Am I still underwater, or is it?
There is, as you kind of went thrust down, there's still a bit of a maelstrom of water going, hitting the bottom with pieces of metal and wood and shit. And bodies hit some sort of wet floor. But then it eventually subsides, and the chamber becomes still, but there's kind of a consistent echo there, like a silent echo.
Hello? Is anybody out there?
Anybody?
Dust? Bumpy? Friends?
It is quiet.
Dust voice. I'm not your friend.
Your friend, guy.
Do I see anything? Or I know it's pitch dark. Can I feel out if I feel anything or see anything?
Yeah, you can feel out around you, but at this moment in time, it is pitch dark. Do you have any source of lights, or are you just kind of feeling around in the dark?
I do have a hooded lantern. I don't have dark vision.
Really?
I don't want to
Okay,
breathe
so
or dream, but I,
Oh, I can't see in the dark. Not so fancy now.
yeah, okay, it's okay. I see how it is. I save you last. I have a hooded lantern, so if it's not underwater, maybe it'll work.
I'll say you take a while to kind of dry out the components. Maybe you have some other fancy gadgets.
Yeah, I've got so many kits and mending.
Yeah, in your
Prestidigitation.
prestidigitation, just to get it dry, the wick dry of it, whatever the case may be.
Oh.
But you take a couple of minutes here to get the lantern back into working order.
Yeah, and I also have the ability, magical tinkering, to make an object shed bright light in a 5-foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
Cool. So which one of those are you doing?
I will do both.
Okay. These two spotlight beams now illuminate this chamber, and you see what is like this kind of a wet, fleshy, roughly circular, spherical chamber. And, well, actually, maybe I'll just show you. Can everyone maybe just grab a corner and then...
Grab a corny.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
We're losing stuff.
Yeah,
Wait,
we're good.
That's good. All right.
Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Push in the rocks that are
Okay.
a little bit...
Dude, this is amazing.
This is
Epic!
amazing.
Oh man.
Drain.
This is rad.
Pipes.
So rad.
This is the same. This is the same.
Same
ship from
ship.
the
Yeah.
My stomach.
Oh, my stomach.
So what you see is this chamber. So these walls kind of just represent where it starts curving up, these fleshy walls.
Okay.
And then
I wonder what it could be.
ships are broken inside here. You see parts of other ships and kind of older things that are sort of embedded into the blubbery floor there. Some anchors and skeletons of old creatures. But most strangely, Siegfried, you see coming out of, mostly towards the top of where this chamber curves up, there are pipes, like actual sewer pipes, sticking out of the fleshy bits of the creature, which is bizarre.
Would Siegfried know what these pipes, as an artificer and proficient in smith's tools and inventor, would he know why? Does he know that does he assume that this is the living creature thing that swallowed him? Or he thought living creature?
I mean, it must be. You guys are inside of the creature, but other than some kind of sordid experiments that some people, maybe back in the day in Igalia or Ironheim would do, definitely not nowadays, but you know, kind of implementing weird things into organic creatures. But this is, you don't know.
Siegfried takes the hooded lantern and he puts it in his mouth and he takes out his journal. He's like, "It's so interesting, very good design. I need to take a note of it."
Like Full Metal Alchemist.
You also, as you're writing down, jotting your notes, and then you scan a little bit more, you notice some bodies.
Immediately goes, are there bodies that you recognize this from the ship?
Is there anyone in particular you're looking for first?
I originally was looking for Bumpy, but I would have looked for Dust or Newt or all my friends, my new friends that I've made, my best friends.
Just leave me in the barrel.
And also Lily.
Huh?
Also Lily.
Okay.
Lily, yeah.
Well, make a perception check first of
Okay.
all.
That's not fair to me now.
Out there, team.
That is not too bad. That is a 15.
15, okay. You don't see Lily, you don't see Newt, but you do spot Dust.
I immediately run over.
Am I conscious at this
No.
point? Okay.
So
Thank God.
as he runs over, you lean over the body of Dust. We'll cut back to the dream.
Friends!
In the dream, you just hear his voice.
It's not a dream, it's a nightmare.
As the water flutters on you, kind of echoing.
Yep.
The water engulfs the five of you. That sort of semblance visage of Siegfried now disappears from the dream sequence. In this moment, all of you are, the two of you actually sort of dissipate for a moment into your own chambers, which we'll get to in a second. But in this moment of time, Cortas, you see the bodies of John and Lily floating down towards a black abyss below. That a black abyss that you are used to meditating upon. And you see the familiar faint purple streaks down there. And off to the side of you, you see Terrapolis, your wondrous underwater city, Atlantean in style. But the magic bubbles that surround it, the kind of air pockets sustained by magic that sustains people who cannot breathe, who also live in Terrapolis, start to and water pounds into Terrapolis, and you just see thousands of people running for their lives, holding their breath, trying to swim. You hear
Horrible.
the voice of your mentor once more, Johar. Something that he had said to you not long ago, maybe just this same day or even the day before. Cortas, remember what I said to you? Both the light and the dark can blind a man.
Yes, light in the dark. But which one do I turn to now? Which one is blinding me?
The choice is yours, Cortas. And his voice disappears. So you now see the city of Terrapolis in front of you and your friends, John and Lily, fading to the depth below. What do you do?
Didn't we make friendship bracelets?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we all have friends.
Their game was very different.
I should have been in that game.
Yeah, you would have put it right in, man.
Yeah, I think Corthus looks at Terrapolis and like he sees the bubbles collapsing, probably like millions of tiny bodies just like being pulled into the water, and it's like, nah, kidding. but yeah, he tries to isolate that because I think he recognizes that this is maybe a vision of some kind, like, and
Foreshadowing,
what's
perhaps?
real. Yeah, he's very concerned about Lily and John.
Yeah.
John. So he's like just going to, with all of his might, try and swim towards both of them if they're close. Like he'll go for Lily first. He knows that he can perhaps, like she's lighter, or
Go ahead and make an athletics check as you use all of your strength and your might to swim down.
okay.
I'll give you a point of inspiration basically on this one, so you can roll with advantage. Just because you feel so compelled to save your friends in this
Yeah.
situation that
I'm going to see if I need it.
All right.
So let's go for it. I'll need it. Okay, so I'm using the inspiration.
Oh my god.
You'll need it again.
It's worse.
God. So that was an 8.
wow, what is happening? Okay, you swim down, but there's something that gives you a moment of pause, a moment of hesitation as you just hear a deep rumble from the bottom. We'll cut there for a second. Dust. You are sitting in a dark cavern, completely lightless. In front of you, you feel the hot breath of some big creature. And it's breathing heavily, and you're sitting like face to face almost. So you can't see or make out any features of the creature right now. It's completely pitch black, but you know who this is. And the voice, though, the voice sounds very different from what you're used to. But it speaks to you now. And it asks, Dust, why am I here? And you are free.
I do not know. Something went wrong. I will fix it. You know I will.
It's not fair, Dust.
I know. But I'm going to make things right. if it kills me, I'm going to make things right.
And there's a bit of quiet, and you still just hear the breath continue. Feel a bit of spittle on your face. Trade with me, dust.
I do not think that is how it can work.
Trade with me, dust.
No. No, this isn't right.
And at that moment, more voices in the cavern appear. You recognize your mom's voice. You recognize your now deceased grandma's voice. Lineage of ancestors speaking behind you. Dust. You have responsibility, Dust. Responsibility, Dust. Responsibility. 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 It echoes and cascades in this chamber, and you feel the creature reach out with a somewhat hairy, somewhat slimy paw and touch you. What do? Do you accept the offer to trade places?
Paul is reaching out for me.
Yeah.
I move back instinctively. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. I just
Okay.
kind
No
of
responsibility. What's that?
fucking no.
You move away, and with that, the beast lurches towards you.
Shit.
And I take it you probably take out fleeing. There's only one exit to this cavern.
I'm terrified in this moment. It's not something I want to face.
Okay. As you exit not onto dry land or onto the cold air of Numaki you might expect, but into water. It is an underwater cavern.
Endless, this water.
You swim out. John and Lily, lifeless, are descending down towards you. Cortas above them swimming, and the beast behind you comes out of the cavern, and the maw stretches impossibly large and engulfs the lot of you.
Bye.
Inside of this chamber now, or inside of this creature within the creature,
There's a babushka of creatures.
What?
you all float peacefully, ethereally, in almost like a sky, and there's wafts of cloud. It's a night sky with stars twinkling, and far beyond is a single moon. Even though Istarra has 3 moons, but this time it is a single moon floating there. Fenlin, which one of the moons do they see? Which color?
Ruby.
Ruby. So red, reddish hue, illuminating this. It feels like a chamber, but it doesn't have edges because it's like a sky. But it still somehow feels like a chamber. It's a dream. It's weird. But you all watch now as there's a singular figure, a man. His shadow, his silhouette in front of this blood-red moon. Fen, the moon speaks to you in a voice that is bittersweet. It's beautiful to hear it, but it also cuts and hurts to the core. My sweet Fenrir, you cannot change the past.
Says who?
You've always been daring beyond measure. To move forward, we must accept what has happened.
I think so. You can change the present, you can change the future. Why can't you change the past?
I am here with you, just not in the way that you may want. Is that not enough?
Payne honestly doesn't know what to say to that.
By the way, what's up with that haircut of yours, Nick?
Look, it's fresh, okay? Like, kids are wearing it these days. And, you know.
Therapist said it to the floor.
Actually, this was my idea.
Can't blame a therapist.
That's why he recommended the bucket hat.
She laughs, and I like it. The shirt, not so much.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment where she looks at you very intently, almost like she's going to lean in for a kiss, and then she whispers to you, "Someone's watching." You look around and you see the 5 of them kind of just floating there behind you. And as you see them, there's this schism in all of your heads, like a psychic twitch. And everything goes dark and then bright red, like that moon just, once again, Hitchcock zooms up and everything is now engulfed in red.
It was really hard to when you said the moon speaks. Really hard not to think about Nell Fielding in night. I'm the moon. I'm still here with you.
I wonder if Dust is having a pleasant dream. She looks like she's so happy.
That's probably like
Legs kicking in
You're just like losing it inside the barrel.
Still in the barrel, dude. The whole game you're gonna be in the barrel.
I wonder if I should give her mouth to mouth.
Oh, no.
all right.
Your great weakness.
At this point in time, each of you wake up, except for you, of course, Siegfried. Each of you wake up in the bedroom that you sleep in your house. Now you're no longer aware of each other. Each of you are individually on your own beds, in your own room, and you awaken. But only your mind awakens, not your body. You can't speak, you can't move, you have sleep paralysis.
Is that what the guy with the wide brim hat?
He
Sleep
appears.
paralysis.
Manifested.
The man with the wide brim hat, just
said
a
anything.
shadowy silhouette, appears in the doorway of each of your rooms, or tent flap, or whatever the case may be. And he, almost like gliding, walks in. And he comes closer, step by step, just subtly walking towards you. And every step he takes fills you with fear you cannot imagine. And then you still can't make out any features, even as he comes close, and he bends subtly over to your ear, each of you. "I'm sorry that it had to be this way. But every time, the 6 of you, well, including your metal friend, who still perplexes me somewhat, you're there, meddling. Sometimes it is all of you, sometimes it is only some of you. Sometimes you are joined by others. But always the 6 of you. I have watched 1,000 visions. And in most of them you are there. So this bizarre situation with the fish, this is the one where it was the least likely that you would interfere and be there at the end. Coincidentally, it also involved me telling you about it, which I found quite interesting. But
You got me monologuing.
that is how dreaming works. I do not know the ways about it. Just pick the one that works the best for me. Coincidentally, it will also be the best for you if you just stay put. Things are not going to be nice out there when this all happens. But trust me, my ideal is good. Believe in freedom. True freedom. Making the one choice that matters. If I cannot make that choice, then I do not have freedom. Then none of you have freedom. We're all just fish in a fish bowl, deciding to swim left or right, but there will always be the bowl. So, sleep now and dream. Dream of whatever you will. It will all be over soon. he fades and everything goes to black for each of you. And dust. You are awoken.
Still black.
Friend,
God. This is.
are you okay?
I try and play dead.
Make a deception check.
Versus an insight check.
Yeah.
A performance check.
Yeah. Well, yeah, deception.
Deception.
Yeah.
A deceiving performance.
7.
9.
For a moment, you're like, oh well, and then
It's like, is this, do you need a few more minutes? Are you okay?
I'm just, it's been a long day, and if you could just get me out, and then we
And
can.
Picks you up. Like,
still in the
Just a
barrel.
crush
though.
the barrel.
oh, in the barrel.
I'm in the barrel, yeah.
Hold still. I will use some of my. Screw it. I'll just like knock the barrel.
Cool.
Like 20
It explodes.
What happens to my?
Just trying to crack it. Just to
That's
try
cool.
and crack
He
Like peeling it open.
Yeah.
makes a dent and then pulls it open.
Pulls it up,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, well, 1 point to you, I guess. Thanks for
You.
getting me out of that.
That's what friends do to each other. They help each other.
Yep.
You do the same to me, right?
So-
Because we're friends.
Sure. So did you see anyone else?
You were the first person I saw, and I came immediately.
Wow,
came to help you.
straight to me. You didn't think maybe someone else?
Friend number 1.
Okay. What's that over there? And as soon as he turns his head, I'm starting to walk in another direction.
Okay, you see. Well, maybe you don't even worry about that. You're just feigning to
I'm
walk
trying
in
to
another
just
direction.
I'm walking away from him.
But I will say, for the sake of brevity, systematically, Siegfried and perhaps you, Dust, you find the others. Azza is gone, Newt is gone, all the other people that you had previously found are gone, except for Pompey.
Poppy!
Of course.
And so you
He's just impaled by a mob.
yeah, he looks pretty rough. He's like. But the rest of you wake up now, and you sort of gather in a central place.
Well, they wouldn't know me, right? They would just be like, "There's this random fucking."
But
dude
they
in
all
my
saw you
dreams."
from
Yeah, like in
the
my dreams.
thing.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, here's this dude. Who are you?
Who are you? I've never met
Well,
any
yeah,
of you.
I would sort of stumble up and I'd just be like, "Why were you all in my dreams?"
I have no
It's
idea.
pretty
What,
crazy. I feel like the universe was like working through us, like connecting us on a level that we don't necessarily understand. We need to follow this instinct all the way through.
Siegfried just looks at all of you. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Hello, I'm Siegfried.
Hi there, I'm John. John Flayer, the Mind Flayer Slayer.
You found your soulmate. Congratulations.
Do you know these people?
No, we were on the same ship.
Yes, I know, but it
They
sounds
were-
like you all know each other. So I was.
No, I don't know any of these people.
I mean, I saw you in the. You were jamming to my song.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You got the catchy tune there. It's
Wow.
Yeah, so I gotta say it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good song. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
catchy.
that's what I try and do. I try and unite
Easy on the ears.
people from all races and cultures together with the sound of music.
Sounds like you guys had a pretty good time.
Oh my God, he's still alive.
Who's this guy? Pompey.
He is useless deckhand.
I just,
Oh, he's landed on the ship.
I just kind of like help him up. Does he look wounded?
He's a little bit hurt, yeah.
I'll cast keep my last spell slot on him. Cure wounds.
I think, like, if I see you, like, gathering your magical energy, I would like try and like say, well, no, I've got this. Don't worry. If he's hurt, let me try something here.
And Lily hears that and she's like, "Oh, I can also help.
Oh my God, it's so cute.
I got these. Do we need these also?
Yes,
What are
bring them.
those?
Bring them.
Okay. And she's coming over.
Who
like,
are you? What hurts?
Everything, man.
Okay. Do a quick scan.
His bones is just dust. Just
Yeah, you do a quick scan. He's just a body of hurt.
Okay.
bruised,
I
black
will
and
just
blue.
do like 3 points of
Okay.
lay on hand.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm Pompey, by the way. Nice to meet you all. I've met you before. You're very nice to me. Thank you.
Super dodgy.
I just get these flashbacks of people like shouting angrily. Like on
Pompey
the
is my
ship.
friend. He's just like Dusty, and just
No.
like all you are.
No.
Hello, friends.
That's not how friendship works.
You are a fascinating looking being. Like, what are you?
You are really large.
You're huge, dude.
Oh, that's thank you. You're very small. It's very, very cute. You're all very small, to be honest.
What are you?
I'm quietly like drawing a little sketch of you, and like just looking at how, because I'm curious, like in terms of the arcane mechanics. I don't think I've ever seen Warforged, right?
War golems.
War golems.
Also,
I don't think I've ever
as a
seen
bard of creation, like my whole thing is life and you know, like the philosophy behind life. And this is like kind of putting a lot of questions in my mind. Like, is this life? Is this like AI?
Well, to be honest, I've never seen a small.
I'm an otter.
Also takes out his notebook.
I'm an otter. My name is Lily. What is your name?
Very nice to meet you, Lily. My name is Siegfried. It is so nice to meet you.
I've never met a metal man, person.
Well,
Being before?
the others of my kind, they maybe it's best if you don't meet them. They are kind of created to destroy, but I like to create as well and make friends and learn new things and.
Well, that's nice. I like friends too. I like making new
Just
friends.
they are
Look,
so nice.
we made friends.
Friends, yeah. Look, we
got
got
I also
friendship
made
bracelets.
friends.
Don't.
My therapist would
touch me.
love you, man.
Lily's getting out
You
ribbons.
see that
and
shiver
she's-
like going through your body?
she's
Go
gonna
over there. Go go make a bracelet with them.
Yeah,
I immediately go over and try to make
she's
them.
doing friends. Wait,
No.
We should just give those out. Like, those are sacred.
This is
him. He says he wants to be friends.
Okay, yeah, he does look cool.
I like
This one I'm
friends.
keeping my eye on.
this is
Back
Dust.
at you, buddy.
This is my first friend.
No.
Well, Hilda was my first
No,
friend.
I
This is my
was-
second
Okay.
friend.
Guys,
Well, guys,
Excuse me.
everyone.
Who are you?
Am I the only one who doesn't feel like a tea party right now? You can see he's a little bit
Oh, yeah.
frazzled.
no,
and he's
you're
like,
not. I also don't.
Where are we?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
We're inside something.
They've got very interesting pipes running around. That was
Yeah.
some kind of.
Bumpy,
How much light is in here right
you didn't. Did you have a dream? Any weird dreams while you were knocked out? I assume you were knocked out.
No, I was awake for the whole thing.
Jesus Christ, lad.
I didn't have any dreams.
now?
Okay.
He's
I'm sorry to hear that.
stressed. So Lily's gonna go over with some lavender oil and just like kind of massage his temples and just like help you. Okay.
It's nice. Is this a dream?
Arguably, I think our dreams might have been worse. So I think you're the lucky one in this situation.
It's the competition.
But apparently he played a song in the dream, and I'm bummed I missed it.
Sorry, I'm a little bit frazzled, so I'm just going to keep quiet now.
Why don't you lie down?
I give him a little hip
And lie
flask
down.
with some tequila.
What does the
Suckles
floor?
on it.
Is the floor also?
Tequila?
I don't want someone suckling on my influence.
I put a little teat on it. Screw it on. It's like that's for the lonely nights.
Is the floor also fleshy?
Yeah. Interesting point of order. You asked if there's light. There's currently just Siegfried with these two kind of bright flashlights, probably shining in like in your eyes.
Lily cast light.
I'll also cast dancing lights.
So a whole bunch of lights illuminate the chamber more. And you look around, you want to know what the floor looks like. It's the same as the walls. It's like the inside of an organ. Fleshy, blubbery bits. But now that you all look around and take a moment to be quiet, you hear. And you look to the far end and you kind of see this one bigger pipe at the end here.
Some juices.
Right at the far end. Some green, bright green liquid now starts to come out of there with quite a force. It takes a long time to, it's not like instantly filling up the chamber. It's seeping into kind of the folds of the blubbery surface and starting to pool this green liquid onto the floor, and you hear it kind of sizzle.
The smell.
Oh fuck, it's
Is
acid.
is it?
Digestive fluids.
Yep.
at that point also, with your lights kind of illuminating just, it's kind of casting eerie shadows from the ship and kind of from like the figurehead and the figures on the ship. And you see like figures on the walls and you hear little scuttles.
I think my lights are like it's dancing lights, so they're constantly moving around. So
That
like
makes
the
it even
shadows,
more eerie.
the shadows are like constantly.
I think with
Shifting.
Corthus's like training, he would. This is very sus, and he wants to kind of assess our group's readiness. So what I essentially want to do is I want to see who's hurt, who.
Okay, but the most important thing no one's talked about is where are the other people? I was with a woman. We were with a woman.
We also had friends.
We
We
also
were on
had
the whole
some
ship
people who were with us, and they
Where,
seemed
Walrus
where are we
people.
exactly?
I was on my
Why don't
own.
we
No,
look for
they
them?
were not
Let's
friends.
look for our friends.
I thought it was just a game.
No.
I don't like this green stuff.
I don't have any friends.
Do you want one?
But my shrink has been
Yeah.
telling me to make
No.
some, so I might as well stick around with you lot.
Okay,
I think
and
you
she
should
comes
come
over
with
with the little friend. She's like, I'll be your friend. You can be friends with all of us.
Thanks.
We're a groovy bunch of people.
Yay. At this point in time, Gorthas, you're kind of going around doing some healing. I will also say that the time you've been out, has been roughly about a short rest's length.
Okay.
So you do get, even though you got knocked out, you do get the benefits of healing up a little bit, getting a short rest. So you all now start to realize that the figures you see moving around the edge of this cavernous organ, whatever it might be, it's not just an effect of your lights moving around. There are actual little figures scuttling in between broken pieces of ships underneath.
I think we might have some company, guys.
Does Siegfried think that this is suspect that this is like people that survived, or does he think this is something potentially dangerous?
I just want to make a perception
check.
just to
Anyone
see
who's
if I
looking.
can spot.
Oh, I can do something to help us.
that?
I learned an ability where I can check my surroundings to find good people and bad people. Do you think I should do that?
That's good. This is going to come very
Should
handy.
we do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's totally good.
Because my perception check is shiza.
Nice.
What did you get?
7.
15.
I'll do a perception as well. Try and look around. 18.
Okay. Those of you that don't see much, you just see the silhouettes of figures. Those of you with like a 15, you see figures, but you just kind of make out the outlines of their clothing. There's one that maybe looks like it's a woman, but they're all like kind of short. But the one is wearing what looks to be like a pink bonnet and petticoats, like pink dress. And another one has kind of a little bit of a piratey clothing to it. Another one is wearing a very misfitting fancy hat with a feather in, but then just like these big ballooning pants. It just seems like this really mismatch of whatever clothing you could. It's like you went into a chest and just pulled out clothing and put it on. That's what these figures seem like.
And they're small?
They're a little bit taller than Lily,
Okay.
but about that size, like Pompey size maybe.
Okay. I grab Pompey up by the neck. I'm like, do you know these people?
That's. Why would I know them?
I don't know.
Inside check.
You were awake.
And as he's kind of looking around, I don't know them. And then you just hear.
I draw my blades immediately.
Divine sense.
Lily, yeah, she cast to detect evil and good. Good and evil.
Okay.
And she rolled a 19 perception.
19 perception.
Damn.
What does that tell you exactly? I know it
It
tells you
says
fiends and that.
Aberration, celestial, elemental, fiend, fey, undead within 30 feet of me. Or if there's a place or object within 30 feet that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. And it can penetrate barriers blocked by 1 foot of stone, an inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, and 3 feet of wood or dirt.
Sure.
Yeah, the divine sense is also, it's 60 feet, celestial, fiend, or undead, and also consecrated, desecrated stuff.
Okay.
Not aberrations and that, but
Where are we all, right? I'm assuming
Yeah,
we're all
should we-
kind of clustered together.
Yeah, I'll let you guys decide where you want to put yourselves, where you kind of cluster together, maybe a little bit spread out. But for now, you sense just evil, an emanation of evil coming off of these
It's really evil in here.
Those-
oddly
It's
creatures.
it's really, really evil in here.
Don't worry, friend. I will protect you. Siegfried will just automatically take his shield, comes out of his arm, and he'll just stand in front of everybody and try and block, especially Lily.
Is the friendship blessed like around one finger?
It's like, yeah.
Ring.
It's on the little hand that comes out of my hand.
So you all have like a quick moment of preparation, almost like a one-action preparation. Well, the two of you cast your detections for that.
Can I go invisible?
you said an action for preparation.
Yeah, you can get an action. But they're also essentially preparing things on their
Okay,
end.
cool.
Pompey, can you protect yourself? I will use my last spell slot to cast Sanctuary on him.
Don't spend it on him.
So just, what must I do? Just
Just don't attack or just protect yourself. Just don't do anything, and you
Stay
should be
out of
okay.
the way, in other words.
Okay, he runs into like the nearest chamber or piece of ship that is still intact, and at that point you all just hear, and something comes running out of the shadows at the edge, and that, my friends, is where we will pick it up again next time.
Oh, nice.
Tease.
I was in the wrong party.
Thank you.
Oh, these are awesome people. So mean, so rude.
You come on strong.
I don't know what you're talking about. I come on average.
Subtle as a sledgehammer.
Well, it's like a friendly sledgehammer.
Very, very kind.
Thanks so much for watching. Almost got people watching. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this, join us again for the second episode, and let us know. Leave us a comment, like, subscribe, share it. All those things really help, so we can get these people to level. I don't know what level yet.
1 million!
Level 20.
Yeah, get us to level 20.
Over 9,000.
Okay.
9.
Say nice things in the comments.
Be kind.
Okay, cool.
Be my friend.
Rewind.